Good morning, everyone. I'm going to just wait 2 more minutes so that everyone can join. Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome. And today we're going to talk about Adobe VIP Marketplace and Adobe Sign. I'm Joost Akkerman, and with me we have Jurgen Dirkse, who is a business manager with Adobe. If you have any questions during the session, please post them in the Q&A box, and Jurgen and I will try to answer them during the session or afterwards. This session will be recorded as well, and you will receive the recording together with the slide deck also afterwards through mail. So the agenda for today, next slide please, Jurgen. So we have two topics in this session. So one of them, which I will handle, is Adobe VIP Marketplace through our Stream 1 platform. I will give you a short overview and general information about VIP Marketplace and also the benefits and the differences with the classic VIP offering. I also will give a short overview of all the enhancements that are planned for the upcoming months and fiscal year. And followed by a short demonstration in our Stream 1 testing environment, and to finish some more information on the migration promo we are currently running. In the second part of the session, Jurgen will give you a short introduction on Adobe Sign, together with also a short demonstration of the Adobe Sign functionalities. And to finish, we will answer possible questions that may rise during the session. Okay, next slide, please, Jurgen. So Adobe VIP Marketplace, it's not a new product, so for the end user, nothing changes. It's a new way of license management, focused on making things more simple, easier, and time-saving for you as a reseller. It runs through our Stream 1 Cloud Marketplace, which is the tool that you may use already to quote, buy, and manage your cloud licenses of the different cloud vendors that we offer with Tech Data. So why is it more simple, easier, and time saving for you as a reseller? Well, because with the current VIP offering, you need to combine the Adobe Reseller Console to manage your Adobe licenses and our Adobe software store through InTouch to buy new licenses, but also to renew existing contracts. So with Stream 1, with VIP Marketplace, that all is combined in one tool, which is our Stream 1 Cloud Marketplace, where you can quote, buy, and manage all your Adobe licenses. Also, and next slide, please, Jurgen. With that, there are two big changes with Bit Marketplace. One of them is that you don't have to place a renewal order each year for each contract that you manage, because in Adobe Bit Marketplace, the auto renewal functionality is integrated, which means that every contract will renew automatically upon anniversary date. Does it mean that these contracts will be renewed without you knowing about it? Well, no. You will receive notifications 30 days, 15 days, 2 days prior anniversary date, and also a notification to tell you that a renewal is successfully processed after renewal. These notifications will be sent out through mail to the primary user in Stream 1. So that's the email address that you will pass through to us when you ask for an authorization to be able to sell Adobe licenses through Stream 1. Also, contracts can still be modified and cancelled in Stream 1 as well. Modifications during the period will be executed upon renewal in case of seat decreases or cancellations. Seat increases or product additions on existing contracts will be executed immediately. Also, when you do a seat increase or you buy a new contract or a renewal has been executed, you still have 2 weeks to revoke that order if in case that renewal or that purchase wasn't allowed to happen. And the second thing is that with the classic VIP offering, you as a reseller needed to be Adobe certified to be able to sell Adobe licenses. So that means that you need to register with Adobe as an Adobe reseller, and you need to ask for an up level to Adobe certified, and that certification needs to be renewed each year. Now with Adobe VIP Marketplace, that is not needed anymore. So once you're Adobe authorized on Stream 1, you're good to go, and you don't need to renew that authorization each year. Next slide, please, Jürgen. So as you may already know, the current Adobe offering on Stream 1 is still limited. At this moment, you can purchase level 1 to 4 commercial licenses in Stream 1. As you can see here in this slide, this is the roadmap for the upcoming months and fiscal year. This is the fiscal year of Adobe, so that starts in December. So for Q4, that's September, October, November, the level 2 to 4 volume discounting was planned to be placed on Stream 1, so that has happened already. There's also a preview API tool on the way, which you can use in Stream 1 to determine in which level a certain contract is at the moment. In the first half of next fiscal year, the Adobe Sign Enterprise offering and transactions for Q1 and named users for Q2 will be added as well, together with the other enterprise offerings and the government and educational offerings. And in the second half, the two-year commit articles and Adobe stock offering will be added as well. And later on, additional enhancements will be made also. Next slide, please, Jürgen. Of course, sorry. Each time that an update is done in Stream 1, you will be notified via our new Adobe Hub. That's via adobe.techdatavendors.be. So there you can find general information on the Adobe products, such as data sheets, comparison sheets, value proposition, and so on, but also news updates regarding Stream 1, but also regarding Adobe products, and also how-to clips, especially on Adobe Sign, for example, how you can set up an easy workflow with Adobe Sign and so on, or use it in together with It's Me. but also recorded webinars from Adobe and Tech Data, such as this one will be posted as well, but also recorded webinars from Adobe itself, how you can, for example, can use an Adobe sign and together with Microsoft 365 apps and so on. Okay, next slide, please.
Do you
Jürgen.
want to show the website, Joost, or do we skip this?
Well, you can. Maybe since you're sharing, you can open the website.
That's true, but next slide is the demo of the
okay.
Stream1 portal, so perhaps you can do it as well.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay. And in the meantime, I can, let's say, ask the people to, if you have questions, put them in the Q&A, and I will briefly provide you the answer. And if not, then we will continue to send you the email forward. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jürgen. Okay, Jürgen, please confirm that you can see my screen.
I can see it, Joost. Thank you.
Okay. So here you have our Adobe Hub. As you can see, you have several sections regarding the different products of the product offerings of Adobe, such as Acrobat and Sign. For example, here with Sign, you will see here the how-to clubs that I mentioned regarding how to send a document for e-signature in Teams and with It's Me and so on. Also, you also have here the news page where you can find all the product updates and other Adobe updates will be posted here as well, together with all the recorded webinars. So you can see here. So if you need more information regarding Adobe products or offerings through Tech Data, you can be sure to visit this website. Okay, so I start with the Stream1 demonstration. This is the home screen. I'm going and directly will go to the reseller portal, which will be the environment that you will use the most in managing your Adobe licenses. So here, Stream1 is focused, is built around your address book that you can access here in the customer admin tab. This will show you all the end users that you have created in Stream1 for all the different products that are available through Stream1. For example, I'm going to search one end user that I have created for this demonstration. So here, that's the Adobe test demo. You can access the products under that end user by clicking the plus sign and clicking on SaaS, software as a service, or just clicking on the end customer itself. And that will direct you to the next screen where you can find the same tabs that you found under the plus sign. So I'm going to go back to SaaS again. So here you have an overview of all the licenses that are currently under that end user. So for this end user, this are only Adobe licenses. And a few things to mention here is you can see here the expiration dates, the anniversary date of that contract, and also the notification that this subscription will be automatically renewed on the date above. You can always click on cancel item or if you want to cancel that contract, but be aware that that cancellation will be executed upon anniversary. Since Adobe and also Invid Marketplace still works with yearly contracts. If you want to modify a line or a contract, just click here on modify. It brings direct you to the next screen. Here you go. So here you can increase or decrease seats. You just adjust the quantity, for example, and for one, and you click on modify, and then a pop-up screen will appear where you confirm the action. I'm not going to do this right now. For example, if you did an increase, and then that's the same for if you buy a new product in Stream1, you have 2 weeks to revoke that order. So if you did an increase and it was incorrect, you can click here on cancel seat increase within 2 weeks after the initial increase, and that will yeah, undo the increase that you have done for that contract. Also, and that's also important to mention, if you place an order in stream 1, you have to add the end user details and also an end user email address. Be sure that is the correct one, because the end user email address that you fill in there is also the admin user of that contract. So, but for example, if you have placed that order and you noticed that you made a typo in the mail address, you can still adjust that here by clicking on the Adobe customer account, and that will direct you to overview of the end user details. You can see that all the info is grayed out, except for the email address, which you can adjust at any time. Okay. So if you want to search a specific order or contract from Adobe, but you don't know the end user anymore, you can also use with the order tracking functionality. Here you can search specifically on product. So you can add here a time period. For example, I'm going to pick the 1st of August until, for example, the end of August. Go. And you click on apply filters. This will show you all the orders that were placed during that period. And then you can search here on a specific products. For example, I'm going to select Acrobat Pro DC for Teams. I'm going to click on apply filters again. And this will show you all the orders and contracts that contain that specific product. And then here you can find the order reference, which will guide you through to the contract. Okay. That was the order tracking functionality. Also, if you want to migrate an existing VIP contract to Stream 1, you also need to use here the reseller environment, and then you go to opportunities and you go to Adobe Inbound Transfer. And here we found a field where you can fill in the Adobe contract reference. I'm just gonna put in here a fictional contract reference that I received for this demonstration. So this one, then you click on Start Inbound Transfer. And this will direct you to the next screen where you see an overview of all the products in that contract. You continue to click on Continue to End User. In the next screen, you have to fill in the end user details. Be sure that these are the same as the end user details that are in that existing contracts. So for this one, I'm just gonna put in here a fictional one. I'll put in my name, phone number, type, go. Email address, confirm it. Dash line, just gonna put our office address. Go, and that's 1714. And, oh, here I've got the nuts and then Belgium. So here we go. You click on Continue to Payment. Well, he will make, if the address details aren't correct, he will make a suggestion. I'm just gonna select the first one here, continue to payment. He asks me to, because he already found that end user in my address book, he asked me to update it. I'm just gonna click on yes. So here we go. In the next screen, you have to fill in then your reseller PO number. That's a required field. And use a PO number, you can fill it as well, but it isn't required. and then you continue to summary. And then you see an overview of the inbound transfer. So the end user information, an overview of the contract, all the products that are in there, your reseller, PO number, and so on. And then you just click on process transfer, and a message will be sent to Adobe indicating that that specific contract can be migrated to VIP Marketplace. Okay, so that was it for the migration option. Now I'm going to show you how you can place an initial order in Stream 1 for Adobe. Also, the same procedure is needs to be followed if you want to add additional products to an existing contract. So not additional seats, but additional products. So here you click on Browse by Vendor again. Then you will see an overview of all the vendors that we are currently offering in Stream 1. It's important to mention here, because it's not added in the testing environment, but it is added in the live environment, is that in August we added the level 2 to 4 products of Adobe commercial licenses. But there were too many products to show in one product listing. So this has been divided into 2 listings based on language. So we have an English listing and a multi-European languages listing. In order to select the correct listing, you first need to click on Adobe itself. I'm going to do it here, but normally it doesn't show here, but you will see here the 2 listings available, and then you need to select one of both. I'm just going to click on Adobe VIP Marketplace here. And then you will be directed to the product listing. And you see an overview of all the products currently available. You can search on product name, for example, Creative Cloud, and immediately the products will pop up. Or you can just go through all the pages here. For this, I'm just gonna add, I'm just gonna buy, for example, 2 additions and 1 fresco. You need to click on add to basket for each line that where you fill in a quantity. So I'm gonna click here on add to basket. You see that the quantity field turns into yellow. That means that the product is added to your cart. I'm gonna click on continue shopping here. I'm gonna do the same for this one. And again, that pop-up screen will appear. Then we go to view cart. And here you have an overview of your shopping cart. You can still amend the quantities of each line or remove them. Or if you have forgotten something, you can click again on continue shopping. That will bring you back to the previous screen. You can save it for later, or you can create a quote of your basket to send out to your client. Just gonna do that. That will bring to the next flea where you need to fill in the end user information. I'm gonna select here an existing one because I'm gonna add these products to an existing contracts. So for example, that's here Adobe Test Demo, that's the one. I'm just gonna click on select. Now click on once more. Okay. That will direct you to the next screen where you have to fill in a required field is the percentage markup. Well, that's the margin that you take towards your end user. For example, I'm just gonna fill in here 7%, for example. I'm gonna click on save and review quote. And here you find an overview of the quote, which you can download as a PDF or just add to cart if you are going to purchase these slices. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add to cart. Here we go. You see here that my end user is already filled in here. So I'm going to proceed to checkout. Normally, if you haven't did the step that I just did, when you click on the next screen, you will see that screen again where you have to fill in the end user details or select one of your address book. But since I already did that, the step was skipped, and we go to the next screen where I have to fill in the reseller PO number. Just gonna put that one, and an end user PO number if needed. Then you click on continue to summary. And here you see again an overview of your order. So with the end user information, the products that you will add, and also the reseller PO number and so on. And then you can click on place order. Okay, so that was it for the Stream 1 demonstration. Just gonna log out again. Jürgen, can you share your screen again?
Sure, just looking for the mute button. There's only one question popping up, and I think you can explain that to Christine van der Heide, Joost, in the Q&A pod.
Mm-hmm.
So then I will continue my story. So it will be picked up, Christine. Okay, let me share my screen again, Joost. That's what we mentioned.
Okay.
And should be ready to rumble. So thanks for the great information you showed us regarding Adobe products on the VIP marketplace environment under Stream 1 from Tech Data. Let me turn on my camera as well, then people know who I am. My name is Jurgen Dirksen, and I'm responsible for Adobe Systems partner in the Benelux area. So that means distribution, platinum, gold, and certified partners. So Joost, I saw on the website as well that there is a great video animated. So if you have all the details not really fully accepted today, because it's quite a lot, go to the website Joost mentioned in his demonstration. And there was also on VIP Marketplace a complete explanation video that helps you guide through the information of VIP Marketplace. So let's come back to the screen and the demo. Joost, do you want to continue and explain the migration incentive that you still have running?
Yes, we have a migration incentive running until December 3rd, where you can earn a backend rebate on the value of every contract that you migrate to VIP Marketplace. It doesn't matter if a contract has been renewed already. For example, contracts in October that you already renewed via the classic way, and these are eligible as well. And also I forgot to mention before with the migration, normally if you want to migrate a contract, you can't migrate contracts that are already in their renewal window. So that means 30 days prior anniversary date until 30 days after anniversary date. So you need to renew these contracts on the traditional way, and afterwards you can migrate them to VIP Marketplace. If you want more information regarding the migration incentive, you can always contact me directly through mail, and I will provide you with the terms and conditions as well. Okay, so that was it for VIP Marketplace. I will hand over to you, Jürgen, to give a short introduction on Adobe Sign.
Okay, thank you very much, Joost. So, as I mentioned, my name is Jurgen Dirksen. I want to provide you a small introduction of Adobe Sign, what is a part of the document cloud under Adobe products. So, you know, Adobe Accurate probably from a name perspective. That's the PDF solution that we have from an Adobe perspective. We invented that 25 years ago. So that's been a solid solution. And if you receive a PDF file, it's not only coming from an Adobe environment, because there was a lot of, let's say, other vendors as well who produce PDF documents. But if you open it, it will be properly opened in the Adobe Reader environment. And that is installed on 89% of all devices worldwide. So that's, of course, what Adobe makes proud. And also we want to build and extend that in the upcoming future. So what will we cover today? It's too short because I still have, let's say, roughly 30 minutes to provide you a quick overview. So I will provide you an overview. I will give you some examples where you can use Adobe Sign. Of course, it's very important from a legality and a compliance perspective. So that means we have that built into the solution as well. Integrations with, for example, Microsoft, and a quick demonstration when we have the time, but it's completely fixed in steps. So it's easy for you to do that in the direction of your customers. We will share the link as well. It's online and it's actually built very easy to provide. And of course, if you have Q&A, Joost and I will be staying in the room for a while. So that means if you have any questions, pop out and put it in the chat pod or in the Q&A pod. So Adobe Sign, actually Adobe Sign is a leading electronic signature solution on the market today. So with over 7 billion signatures, actually transactions that we made last year, yeah, we absolutely are a leader next to our competitors like DocuSign and other local competitors, of course. So you get signatures in a minute, not in days, because you all know probably when you have to sign something, it will be sent by email, it's printed, then you have to, with the pen, you have to fill it in, you have to scan it in or make a picture with your mobile, send it to yourself, make it a PDF file out of it, and then move it to the person that you received the file. So that takes all time. Time is money. So why are we not doing it in an automatic way? So that means working anywhere on any device. And of course, the whole COVID pandemic forced us to work from home. And that means there is no printer next to me probably, or no scanner. Yes, we all have a photograph machine, or how do you call it, a tablet, or a mobile device with a camera in it. But it's not always what you want to do. So that means if you need to provide a signature from a legal perspective, if you scan something in, it could still be changed. So if you use Adobe Sign technology, that means there is a compliance and also an audit report, how the tracking of the document is passed. And of course, with all kind of external agencies, that is market research, we receive the message that we are well in the top of the environment, or best in class, as Adobe provided in the sheet in the sheet below. So where could we, let's say, sell Adobe Sign? And there is multiple areas where we can start. But of course, you all have your own specific customer data set or database, and they are all operating in a different environment. So to name a few, you can sell it in a sales environment, or in HR, or finance, or legal. And that are the most common ones. And to give a quick example, for example, if you send out a quote to a customer, you probably do that in a Word file or in a PDF file already, but it's still to be changing. So that means if they receive a quote from you, they can still copy all the data out of it and send it to another competitor of you to reduce the price. That's common how things are happening in the upcoming scene with doing more digital. So digital transformation, it's quite some impact in the organizations. We will share the slide deck with you as well, of course, so you can actually read through all of it when you have some more time available. So 5 ways. So actually, from a signer, form filler, approver, or acceptor, or a certified recipient, that's all kind of, let's say, roles that we have, how we can sign or fill in the document. So if you have a sales contract, if you have a facility report, or you have to approve a purchase order from a finance perspective or legal, or you have to accept something. So that means it's going to be sent out to the whole organization, one form, and you have to place a signature on it that you understand the terms and conditions that is being changed due to COVID, for example, that you are having different car policies, or that you need to deliver back on your phone, or that you accept the terms and conditions for any changes. Or you are just a certified recipient. That means if you have something that you need to sign, from any changes in terms and conditions, you can easily do that from any device anywhere. If you look to a few examples of customers, then actually there are 3 ways that we created this kind of examples. So Telefonica, they have, that's a huge phone organization in the UK, and they made time saving from 92% on their employee contracts. So normally it is 3 weeks before an employee contract is being sent out, reviewed, and official signature is back, because we have to do it by post or by mail or by courier. So that's all kind of ways. And we brought it back. It's also some information on our website about if you want to have a customer case study. And we brought it back to 3 weeks. So from 3 weeks to 11 hours. So if you see how much time, including the money that it saved, that's actually a sort of a fragment of the total amount in a signature of Adobe Sign, and it's officially stored in the Sign Cloud technology environment, and that's a great time saver for Telefonica. On contracting signing from a day's perspective, Car Lease Plan, that's a huge brand across Europe who is actually having a lot of cars in a fleet on companies or individuals, and we brought it back in 4 days instead of 23 and a half days. KLM, you can compare it with Sabena in the old days in Belgium, with Brussels Airlines today. You know that there was a lot of paper printed over the year on the airport in advance, and KLM start using Adobe Sign technologies, and they saved only, let's say, quite a lot of on a paper level, and that's one example, of course. So 1 million sheets, or actually forms, that is reduced by them. So that means a lot of savings from the cost perspective, but also if you need to understand how much tools you need, like trees or other components of paper, that's quite a reduction for the environment as well. So this is just a few examples that we have some case studies about. If you see, this is the Adobe leading sign customers. Of course, this is across the world, so the whole list, you see some familiar names on it. What we also have here in Europe and also in the Benelux. But if you make a quick split to have it in a Benelux environment, we see a lot of local Belgium customers as well, like Radio 2, Vincata, Borealis, Van Rooij. It's actually a partner of us as well. Microsoft is using it, and it's good to name Microsoft as well, because Adobe and Microsoft, we have a long period of a trusted relation together, not only from a product perspective, but also from the backend perspective. So Adobe Sign is the only, let's say, promoted and certified solution, e-signature solution Microsoft has. And if you go to the website of Adobe, it's very easy to find all kind of information from Microsoft on Adobe Sign related to plugins or to applications, that it's actually APIs are built in the Microsoft environments. So it's not necessary for all you or your partners to do all kind of development on making the integrations work with each other. Just to give some quick facts, if you see the revenue, what is attached to Adobe Sign at the moment, and in the whole year of 2020, we did $843 million. That is $1,000. That was related with 91 contracts for customers. So you see large contracts, you see small contracts, but it's related with 60 partners. So 60 entities across Belgium and the Netherlands, they're working on Adobe Sign technology already. They do it standalone or they do it together with Adobe. In 21, we already have $1.2 million. So that's a nice increase year on year. But actually, we are over 860K on the first half year of Adobe. So that means we are actually having and seeing a spike in Adobe Sign technology and Adobe Sign revenue. And we would like to be part of it as well. So reach out to Joost or myself when you have an opportunity. There is a lot of benefit for you as a partner as well. So looking at from a legal and compliance perspective, we have actually defined in the European Union the electronic IDs. It's split up in 3 areas. So we have electronic signatures, we have advanced electronic signatures called as ACE, and we have a qualified electronic signatures. So what is actually the difference between each other? An electronic signature is what we probably already did sometimes, all the people in the meeting, is that we received a post package at the door, and the guy, we need to sign it. So that's an electronic signature. But is the electronic signature connected to me? Not really secure, because the neighbor can sign, the postman can sign it as well, or DHL or any deliverer. So if you have an advanced signature, that is actually a way that it leads back to me with an email address or with an environment where I can actually sign it before receiving something. If you go to the post office, you need to sign it, or you need to prove your passport. But if you need a qualified electronic signature, then you already have the benefits in Belgium on your ID card. There is an electronic chip in it, and you can do it with your card reader, but it's mostly also connected through It's Me, what is actually an external party who really validates that it's me. So if I receive something from Joost to sign, then I can prove myself with my qualified electronic signature when I was living in Belgium. But I'm not living in Belgium, but we have DigiD in the Netherlands. So if you see that we are integrated from an Adobe perspective, a lot of environments, what is at the highest level of security and privacy requirements, like ISO certification, or like SSO, Service Organization Control, that is actually already fit in the application and in the cloud environment of Adobe Sign. So if we look to integrations, as I mentioned, we work closely with a lot of vendors. Microsoft is the one where we have the most applications. So for you, if you want to encourage your customers to use digital signatures, then I think Microsoft is by far the biggest opportunity for all of us to integrate it in the Office environment, or in SharePoint, or in Azure, or in a dynamic CRM system. So that means it's all pre-built in the applications, and a lot of plugins to download on the Adobe Microsoft environment. So if you look to the Adobe Cloud partner ecosystems, then it's not only Microsoft or the largest ones like Salesforce or SAP, but we are having also on a local level a lot of integrations with people, and we're still developing on to do it with more partners as well. But if you see it from a CRM system, or from a document assembly, or from a workflow, we have solution partners as well. And of course, it's quite interesting to see how those people are coming back to Adobe. Well, can you help me, and can you build an API for my platform as well? So that's what we do. But of course, yeah, we have limited resources to speed up the process. If you want to do it yourself, then as I mentioned, it's easy to start with Microsoft. But of course, it's good to define what the workflow from a document should be. So actually moving to a digital signature, it's quite some steps we need to make. And if we also did some researches on managers or leadership, and when they need to fill it in, then there was absolutely a need to have them integrated in your customer, in your current situation and workflows. So as you can see at the right side, there is some information about sales acceleration or field workers empowerment. They all work with Adobe Sign, but it's actually to streamline processes. So here we have, let's say, as I mentioned before, we have a deep innovation with Microsoft than any other supplier of products. And it's not only with Adobe Sign, of course, but it's also related to Adobe Acrobat. Adobe Acrobat is already Adobe Sign built in, but it's a limited environment. So it's based on a named deployment, and not that everybody can use it from the transaction environment, or that you have from a compliance perspective. If somebody leaves the organization, it will take the officially signed documents with them as well, because the Acrobat license is connected to the user and not to the company. So here are some differences between Acrobat and actually the PDF services and Adobe Sign, as it is from a product perspective. So that means the functionality, what I just mentioned, yes, it's there in Adobe Acrobat, but it's limited, including the services, but it's fully integrated in the Adobe Sign cloud solution. So what does it mean for you as a partner? We would like to collaborate. We would like to work with you all together. So we hope that we created some benefits for you as a partner as well. So we have great upfront margins. So margins are up to 20%. The amounts are small, but if you compare it to the percentages on Acrobat or on the environment of the creative products, you can earn the same margin from a revenue perspective and from a profitability perspective on Adobe Sign versus Adobe Creative Cloud. So for example, if you close a deal of 10K in Adobe Creative Cloud, you earn roughly 6 to 7%. And that means if you compare that to the 20% of a smaller amount in Adobe Sign, with a deal of 2,000 euros in Adobe Sign, you make the same margin and you make the same profit. So that means hopefully it will be a benefit to go after, because there is a lot of opportunities ahead of us. We have an EMEA solution consultant base with 6 persons in there, and they could help you when you provided some information of your customer or the opportunity. There we can help you with customer calls and sales conversations. We can do a quick demo. We can explain it, for example, in a SharePoint environment or in any specific area where we definitely will help you. It's a seamless integration with Microsoft Office 365, as I mentioned before, including SharePoint and Dynamics. And of course, we are Microsoft's only trusted solution for e-signatures. And it's, of course, making Adobe very proud that Microsoft is naming that to the market as well. So we have also a lot of information available on the consumer and business portal. Also, in the slide deck that you will receive afterwards, there is a link in it, and you can find there some sales scripts, demo scripts, email contact, click-through decks, even in Dutch, in French, and English. But if you prefer another language, it's probably there as well. And of course, not the thing to forget, outside the upfront margin, it's also good to have sort of an understanding what kind of customers you are dealing with, and we would like to help you there. So you can also make a deal registration of 25%, and we are not doing it on your purchase price through Tech Data or through your selling price. It is all based on the estimated street price, and that's why I made a calculation that it's very good with upfront margin and backend rebate margin. You make more than on a regular Adobe Creative Cloud transactions. Even that is, of course, larger in amounts of units and larger in amounts of revenue. So what kind of license models are there for Adobe Adobe Sign? That's actually named license and transactions. So what is the definition of a named license? Named license, it's the similar way as you do the business for Adobe now with Creative Cloud, Acrobat, or any other product available in the environment. You need to assign it from the admin console to an end user. And when the end user accepts it, or actually the user, then he has the access to the product. If you have transactions, it's pretty much similar to the Adobe stock that you could buy or already sold to your customers. That means you put it in the admin console, and all users from a creative perspective or from a document cloud like Acrobat perspective can use the transactions. So that means they can use transactions, and you can start with 1 transaction, or you can start with 10 or 20 or 100. And both license models are, let's say, having an anniversary, or it's valid until the anniversary day. There is also a promotion, what I will tell you more about, that you can sell 50 transactions to your customer or use it yourself to get the experience of Adobe transaction business in Adobe Sign. So here, the definition of the 10% deal reg you can earn on 750 transactions and 5 units. So that means 5 users in the named environment. And a similar rate for a higher amount, so 10 users or 1,500 transactions or 150 signed transactions is 1 unit. That's the split on named and transactions. But if you can earn 25% up, that would be a very nice benefit for all of us. And of course, you can ask Joost with how to place a deal registrations. If you are a gold partner, you can do it yourself. If you are a certified partner or not a partner, then you can do it through the Stream 1 environment with Tech Data, and also Joost can help and support you there. So this is what I meant with the trial offer. Customers needs to have an existing VIP contract, but they may not have purchased Adobe Sign already. So it's actually to sort of a demand generation tool where you can provide for $1 or €1 in our equivalent and the currency. And you can have it for Adobe Sign Business, or you can have it for Adobe Sign Enterprises. There are 2 versions as well, and we can explain you that in a later phase as well. So the licenses are valid, as I mentioned in the previous slide, until the end of the contract. So be very careful to sell a lot of transactions where actually the anniversary date will be only 1 month left or 2 months left, because it could be expired, and that means it's a waste of investments, and you can better wait until the anniversary date. There is an email sent out to all of us, and also probably to all of you if you are connected to the Adobe Partner Newsletter. We had it in Q3 and we extended it in Q4 because it's quite a huge success. So we would like to provide the benefits back to you as well this quarter. This is the link for the Adobe Consumer and Business Portal, where you can all find information regarding Adobe Sign, but it's not only for Adobe Sign, it's also for the Document Cloud in general, like Acrobat, or the Creative Cloud with all kind of product information there. There's also a lot of information on licensing, there are sales playbooks, so it's all the information you need from a sales and a marketing perspective. Where you can find it. You can log in with your personal Adobe ID, what is connected in the APC program. Okay, a quick demo, and let me go back to my screen. It's very easy, as I showed you, so sorry for not looking to you anymore, because I need to pay attention a little bit on my screen. So it's very easy. If you go to the link, it's a Belgian website as well, so adobesigndemo.com BE demo. And you click in here because it's English only. Take a guided tour. We click on it. And it's very easy to show it to your customer. You click on the next step. Let's begin. And here you have the view when you are logging in under your Sign account in the Adobe Sign platform. So for example, I will send an email to Joost. So that means Joost. I know that this is not Joost's email address, but it's Joost.Ackerman. If I need to do it in multiple signings, so multiple people, then I add number 2, I can add number 3, number 4, number 5. It's not working in this preview, but it gives you an idea how you can do it. So you can send it by email, and of course you can make the random ordering, or in an ordering as I put it down for the first one need to sign is Joost, then his manager needs to sign, and then his director needs to sign. So you can make it in there. So here I can put a personal message in for everybody, or in this case, only for Joost. So, hi Joost, can you sign the NDA agreement? That's a non-disclosure agreement, as distributors needs to do that on a regular basis from Adobe. So regards, Jürgen. I can select the document. For this example, I take the NDA agreement, so the non-disclosure agreement. And it actually is always guided which steps I need to take. I can go to the next one. That means sign the document. That's already did. So I was a little bit advanced in all the guidance in my preview. I click on the next button, and that's sent. So now he is referring me and redirecting me to the signing process. So here we have the official document. So that means I can go to start. Here I have to put my initials. So for Joost it's GA. And of course, you can see when I click the button, it's go to the get a variable signature. And there are 4 ways how you can make the signature on an electronic document, what is sent it from the cloud platform from Adobe Sign. I can type it in. So that means if I put here Joost, it gives us Joost his name. If I want to draw it, I can easily put it like that, like a signature, or you can place an image like a stamp of the company or the CFO or the CEO or whatever, or you can do it and send it from a mobile. But of course, this is a demonstration, so that means those 2 options are not available in the preview here, but I hope you can give it a. So if you need to sign a Microsoft contract, we know at the end of June, it's Microsoft fiscal end. That means people are on holiday, or in December when they have their half year, people are on the ski trip. It's very easy to send it to a mobile device, and that means every COO director or the people who need to sign, they have a mobile device, and you can easily open a file, click on it, and you can signature with your hand, and it's all done. Everything is that's also guided in the following document and in the following steps. So that means from a tracking perspective, if I click it on here, this is the overview with all kind of steps in the process. So here you see waiting to sign for me, a draft that I created myself, sending out for signatures, approved, signed, or archived. That's all the information will be there. So for now, it is in my dashboard out for signature. If I click on the next step, it's not Joost in this area of the non-disclosure agreement, but John Smith. So that means John has approved it and signed it in the area here. And then, of course, you will automatically are bringing back to the manage environment where you can see all your documents and where you can also see the audit trail, because that's the most unique part of it, that you can also see what is the workflow of the document, when it's opened, who opened it, who is signed. And of course, there can be somebody behind my computer, but if you want to do it on a mobile device or with an It's Me security check from an SMS test message up to SMS, or from an electronic card reader that you need to prove, yes, it's me. That's very unique, of course. And that's actually when you click on done, and it's pretty simple. Start a free trial. That's something we would not like to encourage you to do, because then it goes to Adobe Direct on their website. So if you click on the restart demo, you can do it again, and you can send out the form or the information what I provided you during the session with the $1 SKU for 50 transactions to text it out. So just to recap, why Adobe Sign? Adobe Sign is having more experience over the last 20 years in a PDF workflow and in changing the world to a digital experience from a document perspective. It's a stable management and leadership. That means there's a lot of information available, and we will continue to do that. We have some standard leadership. We have offices, if you are doing in Europe country, it's not only in Belgium that we have an office or in the Netherlands, but it's across EMEA. And of course, we are one of the most trusted SaaS providers in the world. We started in 2012 and 2013 with moving the perpetual business to a subscription environment, so all related into the cloud space. So thank you very much for your attendance, and back to you, Joost.
Thank you, Jürgen. There are no open questions at the moment, but if you have any after the session, you can always reach out to me or to our license desk, and it would be Caroline or Tim, or directly towards Jürgen, who will answer your questions as well. So thanks for attending. Hopefully this was very informative for you. And if you have any questions, please reach out. But I would say have a nice day, and until the next one.
Thank you. And as mentioned, Joost, let's stay a few minutes in the room that we can answer some additional questions popping up.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.